Hi, it's Mr. Mike here at the Sherburne Public Library with another episode of Storytime. Today we're going to be celebrating Read Across America Day as well as Dr. Seuss's birthday. And I have a poem with some pictures by Dr. Seuss. Can you tell me what this one is? It's a boat. And that is a goat. What sound does the goat make? Nah. How about this red vehicle? It's a train. And what's coming out of the cloud? Rain. What animal do we have here? A fox. And here we have a box. Next we have a mouse. And finally we have a house. So you can help me out with this poem by saying, I can read. Would you do that, please? I can read. So each line begins with I can read. Say it with me. I can read on a boat. I can read with a goat. I can read on a train. I can read in the rain. I can read with a fox. I can read in a box. I can read with a mouse. I can read in a house. I can read here or there. I can read anywhere. Great job. Now to celebrate Dr. Seuss, I have a song called Dr. Seuss on the Loose. It's to the song of Bingo, if you happen to know that. Goes like this. Dr. Seuss is on the loose, and this is how we know. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cat, hat, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. We love his fun book so. Now you can help me out with the cats and hats part. Notice, what do I have a picture here? A cat in the hat. So this is cats, hats, and then we have green eggs and ham. Eggs and ham, cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. We love his fun book so. Okay, let's try it all together now, please. I'll sing the first part, and you come in on cats, hats. Dr. Seuss is on the loose, and this is how we know. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. We love his fun book so. Can we try that again? Dr. Seuss is on the loose, and this is how we know. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. We love his fun book so. Now, if you have a chance, you can come to the library and make a hat like Mr. Mike is wearing, a cat in the hat. I have lots of extras, little hats. Now notice when you color, you're going to use this color, the color red. And notice we start on the top, red, then we leave it white, red, white, red, white. It forms a pattern. So again, you'll color in the top, red, then you'll leave the next stripe white, then the next stripe is red, then white, then red, and the bottom is going to be white. And you can make a hat. And then you can have your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa help you with a headband. You can take and place your headband around your head, and they can measure it up and either staple it or use some tape. And then you can staple your hat to your headband and wear your hat and sing your song. Dr. Seuss is on the loose, and this is how we know. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, eggs and ham. Cats, hats, Eggs and ham, we love his fun book so. Speaking of my hat, anybody know who's on the hat? This is thing 1 and thing 2. They're friends of the Cat in the Hat. Okay, speaking of the Cat in the Hat, here's our book for today. Notice who's on our book? The Cat in the Hat. What's it look like he's doing? He's reading a book, but look at his face. Look at his eyes. Are his eyes open or closed? They're closed or shut. The name of this book is I Can Read with My Eyes Shut. Can you read with your eyes shut? Well, let's try. Everybody close your eyes. Now take a look at the book. Can you read the book? Can you see the book? Not with your eyes shut. We have to open our eyes. So open your eyes and we'll read I Can Read with My Eyes Shut by Dr. Seuss. I can read in red. I can read in blue. I can read in pickle color too. Notice, what is pickle color? It's green. I can read in bed and in purple and in brown. I can read in circle and upside down. Do you know how to read upside down? That'd be pretty tricky. I can read with my left eye. I can read with my right. I can read Mississippi with my eyes shut tight. Everybody close your eyes. Say, Mississippi. Great. Can you read that though? Not with your eyes shut. Mississippi, Indianapolis, and Hallelujah too. I can read them with my eyes shut. That is very hard to do. But it's bad for my hat and makes my eyebrows get red hot. So, reading with my eyes shut, I don't do an awful lot. Look at his face, his eyebrows, his hat. And when I keep them open, I can read with much more speed. You have to be a speedy reader, 'cause there's so much to read. Take a look at his book. Is it a big book or a small book? It's big. What color is it? It's green. Like the pickle. You can read about trees and bees and knees. Can you point to your knee? And knees on trees and bees on threes. Can you show me 3 fingers? 1, 2, 3. You can read about anchors and all about ants. You can read about ankles and crocodile pants. Have you ever seen a crocodile wear pants before? I haven't. You can read about hoses and how to smell roses. Can you pretend to smell a flower? And what you should do about owls on noses. Where's your nose? Can you imagine an owl on your nose? What sound does the owl make? Hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo! Young cat, if you keep your eyes open enough, oh, the stuff you will learn, the most wonderful stuff. You'll learn about fish bones and wishbones. You'll learn about trombones too. You'll learn about Jake the pillow snake. Have you ever seen a snake on a pillow? And all about Foo-Foo the snoo. You can learn about ice. You can learn about mice. Mice on ice and ice on mice. You can learn about the price of ice. Nice ice for sale, 10 cents a pail. You can learn about sad. Can you make a sad face? And glad, make a glad face. And mad, make a mad face. There are so many things you can learn about, but you'll miss the best things if you keep your eyes shut. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Look, what are they riding on? An elephant. You might learn a way to earn a few dollars, or how to make donuts or kangaroo collars. How do kangaroos like to move? They like to jump or bounce. Oh, what's he doing here? He's playing some sort of interesting instrument. Looks a little bit like a guitar or a violin, but it's not. It's a hutzut. Can you say hutzut? You can learn to read music and play a hutzut if you keep your eyes open, but not with them shut. If you read with your eyes shut, you're likely to find that the place where you're going is far, far behind. Look at all the places. So, that's why I tell you to keep your eyes wide. Keep them wide open, at least on one side. Can you close one eye and leave the other open? How about switch? Can you switch them? So that's the story of I Can Read with My Eyes Shut by Dr. Seuss. But are you supposed to read with your eyes shut? No. Okay? You got to learn all those things. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. What's the first letter here? It's the letter I. Sing our alphabet song and find out where I comes in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Can you think of some things that begin with the letter I? Let's go look for the letter I. Let's go look for the letter I. Let's go look for the letter I. Way down yonder in the library. Picking up I's and putting 'em in the basket. Picking up I's and putting 'em in the basket. Picking up I's and putting 'em in the basket. Way down yonder in the library. Okay, so what do we have here? Ice cream. Ice cream begins with the letter I. And this is an icicle. Can you say icicle? And then we have this. It's made out of ice. It's a house made out of ice. It's called an igloo. Say igloo. Next, we have a card. It's a party, and you're invited. It's an invitation. Begins with the letter I. Well, this looks like a bug, but bug begins with the letter B. This we're going to call an insect. Insect begins with the letter I. And then Mr. Mike uses this to smooth out his shirts or iron his shirts. It gets all hot and it takes out the wrinkles. Iron. Can you say iron? And then we have our capital I and our lowercase I. So those are all things that begin with the letter I. I also have some books that have the letter I on them. You can come check them out at the library. We have The Line in the Sand. In begins with the letter I. Ooh, I see another I hiding right there in the middle of line. I like this, you like that. There's the I there. And we have lots of little I's. There's a little I, and there's a little I, and there's a little I. Lowercase I. Here we have I want my book back. There's a big capital I. Here we have I love you because I love you. There's a capital I and another capital I. Well, here's a neat book called, and hopefully I'll get it right, The Penguin of Isla Grande. Isla has an I there. The Penguin of Isla Grande. So those are all books that have the letter I. Speaking of, do you know what I have in this bag? Maybe I have some books that have numbers on them. So let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 books. So we're going to do our song about 10 little books to read. So let's try it. See if Mr. Mike can juggle his books here. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little books, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little books, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little books, 10 little books to read. Great. Now, a couple of these books are by Dr. Seuss. Here's the ABC book by Dr. Seuss. And then there's the Foot book by Dr. Seuss. Lots of books to read. Okay. Well, brings us to the end of story time. And so we're going to sing our song Teddy Bear, except we're going to switch it to Dr. Seuss. Here we go. Dr. Seuss, turn around. Dr. Seuss, touch the ground. Dr. Seuss, show your shoe. Dr. Seuss, that will do. Dr. Seuss, reach up high. Dr. Seuss, touch the sky. Dr. Seuss, don't you sigh. Dr. Seuss, wave goodbye. That's it for today. Have a great day and keep on reading. And happy birthday, Dr. Seuss!